Good morning, guys. It is Friday morning and it is a beautiful day out. Beautiful. So, right now, I'm going to sit on this swing. This is where I like to have coffee in the morning, and this is where I make my worm chow. Did I ever tell you the story of the time I came down to have coffee and I didn't look at the swing and I went to sit down and there was a snake? I almost sat on it. I jumped so high. Oh, good times, good times. So now before I sit, I make sure I look, there's nothing here. So it's okay to sit. I want to say thank you to you guys. Your comments are so sweet. I read every single comment that I get. You guys are just so sweet. You make me sound like some kind of queen, which, you know what? I'm not perfect. I do have my days, but I try not to bring that kind of negativity on here because you're tuning in to learn about worm farming and hopefully to get to know me as a person. And who wants to tune into a negative Nelly? I mean, I don't. When I watch channels that are constantly like that, I don't tune in because, I come here to laugh and learn, and it's just part of my personality to be like that. But I read all your questions, and I am so grateful to you all for even tuning in. I mean, I'm nothing special. Look at Olive. She saw some squirrels. She's like, I want to be friends. Yeah, she chases them, but she never catches them. And if she did, she'd probably just try to play with it, which hopefully she wouldn't, because I know it would bite her. But yeah, Olive's a sweet dog. And there's little Nina. Little Nina follows whatever Olive does. So they're funny, these two. My daughter, who lives in the city, took them for a few days to babysit them. And they kept looking out her window and barking at every car that drove by, and she's like, they're driving me crazy. So now she nicknamed them country girls, because out here they don't see anybody. So they're not accustomed to seeing the flow of cars or people. So yeah, country girls over here. But anyway, it's gonna be a beautiful day. Sunday is the day I reset my worms. Like, I harvest cocoons and babies out of beddings, and I reset the breeders. I do this every Sunday, and I have 3 sets of bins that I do because I rotate them every 21 days. So one week I'll do this set, then the following week I'll do that set, then the following week I'll do the 3rd set. And by the time I get to the 1st set again, it would have been 21 days. And that's how the cycle is. It flows good. It works well. The worms are doing fine in their new size mortar bins. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. By the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe here if you like worm things and stuff. Subscribe to my other worm channel, which it's the composting worm lady, and that channel is growing, and I am so happy because once I could get that one monetized, the money I get from those videos will just flow into this account, and it all goes towards my wormery. And I'm going to show you one day what I make on YouTube, guys. I mean, it's not much, but it helps. And I'm very grateful for it. People are like, I make so little. Who cares? You're making something. Be grateful you're getting paid something. Then I have my other channel. I know I have 3 channels. My other channel is the Garden and Worm Lady Knitted Gifts. Even though I don't knit by hand, I use a knitting machine. I do crochet though, but I do a million other crafts. So my daughter's like, you should just put all those crafting and all those crazy things you do on YouTube. People would love them because people are learning to craft again. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. And then maybe the income from that, if it ever reaches 1,000, would just go into my worms. Worm farming, it's not a cheap business. You have to invest, and sometimes the profit is not much. It's just not. But that's just how it is. But it's for me, I keep it debt free, which gives me more profit at the end. If you start getting into huge amounts of debt, like we're talking thousands and thousands of dollars because you're building these giant things or you're buying expensive equipment, it's going to take a little bit for you to make that back and pay it off. And if that's what you do, go for it if that's what you think you can handle. Me personally, I'd rather not be in debt. And, oh, hi, Mr. Crow. And I'd just rather keep it like that. But it is not cheap. Now, the more natural resources you get, it will be cheaper for you to run. If I had my worms outside, I would definitely use my own compost to make their bedding and to feed them. I would get loads of like cow or horse manure, pre-compost it, and then feed them that. It would definitely be cheaper that way. But since I'm indoors and I have to control the environment, I just can't do that because I'm not gonna, anything that lives in my compost out here will go live inside, and I don't want to cause any problems. What is that growling sound? Oh, I heard something growling in the woods. Look, Olive heard it too. Olive, you hear that? All right, guys. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit. And let's walk over to the garden. Hopefully whatever that was growling went away. Olive heard it. So Olive usually hears everything before I do. Come on, girls. They're going to come. They're happy. They're happy puppies. So I hope you guys enjoy your Friday. I know tonight a new movie comes out. It's called Boogeyman. I like all scary and creepy things. People, I've got messages from people that ask me if I have snail mail. Yes, I do have a P.O. box. I'll link it down below. People like to send me cards for Christmas, birthday, Mother's Day. Sometimes they send me gifts. I got a t-shirt from one of my viewers. It is so cute. It's about worming, of course. And you don't have to send me anything. But people ask me. Sometimes they send me seeds. So look at the garden. Looks kind of bare. But there are no weeds, which I love. And here my Cuban peppers are growing. And here my tomatoes are growing. But we're here in Indiana. It's still very cool in the mornings. Yesterday was the first day that I actually felt some warmth. So these kind of vegetables, they need heat. And right now they're not getting it. So I know that when it starts to really heat up here, they're gonna perk up. And my strawberries are doing awesome. And I didn't plant those strawberries this year. They're from last year, and they just came back and just started doing their thing. And there's the garden. And the compost and everything else is working great. Something keeps uncovering my little worm barrel there. It's a little bucket I have underground. Something keeps uncovering it. It's probably a raccoon. I think later what I'm going to do is I'm going to get... And there's Nina sneaking in the garden. The funny thing is with Nina, she'll sneak in, but then sometimes she doesn't know how to get out. I'm going to get my trail cam from the forest back there and put it in here and just see if something visits here. I do have animals that visit the garden, but they don't hurt anything. Nina, get out. Rabbits come in here to sleep, and I know because on the straw or the ground, I'll see little circles, and I know that they come and sleep. But I've never seen them bother anything, so I just leave them be. If they think that my garden is their little safe space to sleep, well then welcome. Welcome, Peter Rabbit. Well, guys, I know this is not the most exciting video, but I just wanted to pop in and say hi and just show you guys what's going on in here. And then I am going to check on all my worms today, and then Sunday is the day I actually work with them. So I have my worm castings on sale, like really cheap, like $5 or $5.99 or something like that. So if you want worm castings, I just want to sell it out for the winter because I need the room. So, guys, take care. Say bye, Nina, and I'll see you all next time.